Hello, everybody. It's the TV Optimist, and today I'm talking about DBX, which stands for Death Battle Exhibitions. With the falling out between Death Battle slash Screw Attack and 1 Minute Melee slash Hyen's Dojo, DB tried to fill the void left by 1 Minute Melee by releasing their copycat series, and boy, what a clusterfuck of a show. Short for Death Battle Exhibitions, a lot of the episodes have shitty titles, shitty animation, and it's just so damn bad. They did some cool stuff with their fourth season by introducing an announcer, their fourth season. Um, but they even managed to fuck that up with the voters choosing the victors of each fight. Ugh. Favorite episode: Bruce Lee versus the World. So I mentioned earlier they have shitty titles. They also have really shitty handicap matches where Wolverine fights 100 Barakas, which is incorrectly titled. It should be 100 Tarkata, but whatever, nitpicky. It's just cringy to me. There's another one where Thor takes on 100 Pikachu, and that's fun, I guess. But this huge matchup is a genuinely well thought out idea. There are a shit ton of characters. Oh, but this matchup, the Bruce Lee versus the World, is a well thought out idea. There are a shit ton of characters inspired by the legendary Bruce Lee. So the question here is, could he defeat all of his clones? That includes Mortal Kombat's Liu Kang, Tekken's Martial Law, Naruto's Rock Lee, Street Fighter's Fei Long, and Pokemon's Hitmonlee. So we get a huge gauntlet match style exhibition, and it's truly exciting to watch. Overall, the series needs a lot of work, but I'm truly rooting for them. I like this kind of series. I do like the verses. I really, really fucking do, but let me explain this shit. Let me explain this shit a little bit better in more detail. DBX Wiki. DBX Death Battle Wiki. So they hyped it up. Oh shit. And they deleted a lot of these videos. They deleted a lot of them because they were just fucking terrible. This episode was unlisted from YouTube due to its negative reception. It is currently the most viewed DBX of season one. So Dante was fighting Bayonetta, and in the Dante versus Bayonetta fight, their counterpart sidekick people Trish and Jean face off as well, and then they like fall to the void fighting each other. So it's directly like continuity with that. Like it's a pretty cool idea. You watch Trish versus Jean. It's somewhere online, somewhere on YouTube. If you just look it up, a lot of people like copied it and fucking re-uploaded it and shit because they're like, you have to see this dumpster fire, and it's fucking terrible. It's so bad. Such a good idea, executed poorly. Oh my god, fucking terrible. Where they really fucked up was doing 3D animation. I get it, Dante and Bayonetta, it was a 3D fight, but some of the 3D death battles just look janky too. And I think Dante versus Bayonetta did kind of look a little jank, but not this bad. This has a lot of errors in it. It's fucking atrocious. The next one is Master Chief versus Jango Fett, Halo versus Star Wars, which is cool. It's like Master Chief, Halo, the huge Titan, and then Jango Fett. A lot of people talk about Boba. They don't talk about his dad, Jango. Ronald McDonald versus Colonel Sanders. That's pretty funny. Amy Rose versus King Dedede. Saitama versus Kenshiro. It also got negative reception with this one. I think this one is 3D as well, and it just looks horrible. Sakura from Naruto versus Rin Tosaka versus Fate Stay Night. Trunks from Dragon Ball versus Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is Future Trunks, and it's a 1 Minute Melee thing. There's a 1 Minute Melee where Silver fought Trunks. I don't know. Ryu from Street Fighter versus Lucario from Pokemon. Sasuke from Naruto versus Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's also a death battle. Bruce Lee versus the World. So fucking dope. Spider-Man versus Mikasa. Mikasa Sukasa. Marvel Comics versus Attack on Titan. I remember this one very vividly. Also unlisted from YouTube due to its negative reception. This one is the worst. Like the worst shit ever. Jotaro versus Yu from Persona, and Jotaro versus JoJo. Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. This was a joke battle intended to poke fun at the U.S. election and mock both combatants, similar to Justin Bieber versus Rebecca Black. I'm fine with it. I don't fuck both of those candidates, honestly. Terry Bogard from King of Fighters versus John Talbane versus Darkstalkers. Spawn from Spawn versus Alucard from Hellsing. Also got a negative reception. Yeah, this one, it's the shortest DBX. It's 51 seconds. And just super like, oh, let's just end it quick. It's terrible. I remember a lot of people saying like they both of those characters deserved way more. Also horrible animation. Predator from Predator versus Prophet from Crisis. It's a cool idea. And they had some rendering problems from the Sun Wukong versus Kim Woo. Lots of cool shit right there. It's a cool background stuff. Season 2, Iron Man Season 2. They never specified seasons until the 4th season. That's where we had a significant change. Iron Man versus Mega Man X. Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin versus Zoro from One Piece. Also 1 Minute Melee. Greninja from Pokemon versus Espio from Sonic the Hedgehog. Link versus Meta Knight. Yep. Genji versus Raiden. Overwatch versus Metal Gear. Coincidentally, this was released the same day as Raiden versus Genos 1 Minute Melee. This is currently the most viewed DBX of all time. See? They come around and get a little bit better. Guile from Street Fighter versus Paul Phoenix from Tekken. It's a fight for the ages. They're ridiculous hairstyles. Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Wolverine. Brawly versus from Dragon Ball Z versus Doomsday from DC. Aegis from Persona versus Noel Vermillion from Blaze Blue. I'm probably saying all these names wrong. Cloud from Final Fantasy versus Guts from Berserk. Sasuke from Naruto versus Killua from Hunter. Ben explained that Sasuke returned due to the mixed reception of Sasuke versus Hiei, as the viewers wanted Sasuke to have a more combat-oriented fight. And see, that shows that they're listening, and you see, like, there's not been one horrible one yet in Season 2. Mega Man versus Bomberman, Capcom versus Konami. Mario versus Luigi. It's the first DBX not to end in death. I do like how some of these are like, what is this madness? Why are the Mario Bros at each other's throats? Like, it's got little stories behind each one. Good ideas, you know. Sometimes they fail in execution, but not bad at all. I want this series to fucking succeed. Zero versus Strider. Mega Man X versus Strider Hiryu. Iron Fist from Marvel versus Akuma from Street Fighter. The right person won. Setup involves Akuma getting revenge on Iron Fist for the poor quality of his Netflix series, which was confirmed to be inspired by the Screw Attacks crews, but mostly Torians rants about it a couple times in the Death Battle cast. I remember that, yeah, the whole time he's like, oh, you're fucking terrible Netflix series. Like, it's like, what? Kin from Street Fighter versus Blaziken from Pokemon. Samus versus Master Chief. Wii Fit Trainer versus Dhalsim from Street Fighter. And some of these are connected to Death Battle. I like that. It's pretty fucking cool. Magneto versus Darth Vader. Vegeta. It's like just between each one, and I'm just like giving things up. I'm like, oh, I got to talk about this. It's like I'm trying to like defend the series. No, guys, seriously, it is good. Vegeta versus General Zod. Alucard from Castlevania versus Dimitri. Dimitri is misspelled as Dimitri in the title. Cool. Noctis from Final Fantasy. What was that, 15? Versus 2B from Nier. Nier. Kratos from God of War versus Dante from Devil May Cry, which is a great fight. I don't think Dante should have won that one. Spoiler alert. I don't think he should have won that one. Captain Falcon from F-Zero versus Beautiful Joe from Beautiful Joe. It's pretty cool. Goku Black versus Black Adam. And there's some scrapped. These scrapped episodes. Oh, it's the same one. Why does it show that at the bottom of each time? That's stupid. That's dumb. Season 3, Gambit versus Taskmaster. Fucking dope. Lara Croft versus Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. Krillin versus Tien versus Yamcha, a Dragon Ball Battle Royale. Strongest Humans and DBZ duke it out. Yep, it's pretty cool. Chun-Li versus Tifa Lockhart. Thor versus 100 Pikachu. This is the first DBX to be set up where one character, Thor, faces a horde of other characters, Pikachu. It's a cool idea in theory. Like, oh yeah, like a big battle royal where he just like Thor, the god of thunder, kills a bunch of Pikachu. That's cool. Wait, no, I like Pikachu though. Like, aw, what the fuck? Hulk versus Juggernaut. That's dope. Blade versus Hellboy. Dope. Luffy from One Piece versus Mr. Fantastic. Daredevil versus Kenshi from Mortal Kombat. That's dope. Harley Quinn versus Domino. Pretty sick. Akame from Akame ga Kill versus Killua from Hunter x Hunter. Yoshi versus Pac-Man. Natsu from Fairy Tail versus Iceman from X-Men. Amy versus Sakura from Naruto. Still no bad reception. Jury versus... See? It's good. It's a good show. Jury from Street Fighter versus Melina from Mortal Kombat. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. It also has an alternate ending. Virgil from Devil May Cry versus Hakumen from Blaze Blue. Chi from Persona versus Karen from Street Fighter. Burning Gundam versus Thunder Megazord. Pretty fucking cool. Which is kind of not a continuation, but it's related to the Power Rangers versus Mobile Suit Gundam, or that might have been Voltron. Who gives a fuck? Batman versus Scorpion. This fight takes place after Venom versus Bane, as Bane's corpse is seen before the battle. Spider-Man makes a cameo as Batman, pondering if he was responsible. Sasuke versus Ichigo. Naruto versus Bleach. Cool. Wolverine versus 100 Barakas. It should be Tarkatan. It should be Tarkatan. It could be Wolverine versus Baraka in 99 Tarkatan if you want Baraka to be involved. It's not 100 Barakas. That makes me so mad. For no reason. Alucard versus Dio Brando. Hellsing versus JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And we can actually have like Alucard actually represented the right way. I think people like that one a lot more. Catwoman versus Black Cat. A fight for the ages. Ruby Rose from Ruby versus Ragnar the Blood Edge from Blaze Blue. Ryu versus Liu Kang. The animation pays homage to both series by starting out as digitized actors and later switching to full 2D sprites. That's pretty cool. Yeah, okay, yeah. It's Ryu is like this from the Street Fighter video game. And they're digitized, and then as they're fighting, they both transform to like a Street Fighter kind of style. It's pretty fucking cool. Bendy versus Cuphead. Bendy and the Ink Machine versus Cuphead. Yep. And then 4 is where we introduce the Ringmaster, who changes like hair color, and he's like, yeah, it's your host, the Ringmaster. And now you fans can vote on who's the winner. Just fucking stupid. Like, Gohan versus Superboy. Diva from Overwatch versus Tronbon from Mega Man. Metal Sonic versus Mega Man. Boa Hancock versus Rider Medusa. One Piece versus Fate Stay Night. Venom versus Spawn. Cool. Link versus Trunks. Legend of Zelda versus Dragon Ball. Ezio from Assassin's Creed versus the Prince from Prince of Persia. Dope as fuck. Blake from Ruby versus Inuyasha from Inuyasha. Frieza versus Mewtwo again. Batman versus Iron Man. Didn't say anything about being a bad thing. Cool. Really short season. Vegeta versus Thor. So did I watch these? No, I did not. This is 2020. Yeah, I did not watch that one. Okay, so I haven't reviewed 5 and 6, but at the same time, I don't count this as a season 1, 2, 3, 4, even though it's separated that way. Really, if we're gonna be talking about seasons, season 4 would be season 2, in my eyes, because the rest of them they don't have like. Let's talk about the next season of DBX. They talk about it on Death Battle Cast, and they talk about how they're different seasons, but I just don't. Maybe I'm too lazy. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever talk about DBX again. I don't think I'm gonna re-review it. I don't think I'm gonna review the new episodes, unless that's what you guys want. But at the same time, I don't know. I'll watch the videos for sure, but as a DBX, I lengthened it out to talk about how shitty that first season was. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.